What is up, YouTube? We are back for another reaction. This time we are reacting to Dave Duerson on defensive backs. For those of you who don't know, Dave Duerson is a safety who played for the Chicago Bears, and he is also my uncle, my father's brother. He was my hero growing up. He played for the Bears for 5 years, won a Super Bowl. He was on a 1985 team, one of the greatest defensive of all times. His story's kind of funny with that season too. So originally he wasn't slated to start. The person who was starting strong safety was supposed to be a guy named Todd Bell. Todd Bell decided he was going to hold out, and Buddy Ryan was the defensive coordinator at the time. Mike Ditka was the coach. I can't remember who the general manager was. I think Papa Bear might have passed by then. I think Papa Bear passed in '83. But anywho, Todd Bell held out, and they were like, "All right, cool. We're gonna start this kid, Dave Duerson." So my uncle ended up starting the entire season, and they won a Super Bowl. And then my uncle went to a Pro Bowl. He went to four Pro Bowls, as a matter of fact. And then up until 2008, he held the record for most interceptions held by a defensive back in a season, which was held at 8 until Adrian Wilson of the Cardinals broke it in 2008. But anyway, so there's a lot of videos of my uncle on YouTube, like different types of videos. So like this is one. A lot of the videos that you might find about my uncle are CTE related because he had CTE and committed suicide and all that stuff. So I'm gonna react to this video because I've never seen it. It seems very, very 80s or 90s. So let's see it. Hunting. See that? See how he's just lurking. He's hunting, ready to hunt. Footwork, engaging the receiver, covering the receiver. Let's go back to that. Defensive back, footwork, engaging the receiver, covering the receiver, the interception, reacting to the run. Dave Duerson, Chicago Bears.
Today's defensive backs must be the most versatile athletes on the field. Not only must you be able to run fast, but you must be able to backpedal as fast as wide receivers run forward, and also have the strength and the ability to tackle the really big and strong running backs that run in front of you. Today we're going to teach you the skills and the techniques to play the position of defensive back. The most essential part of being a defensive back is
Gotta hit that
footwork.
Hit that back leg, baby.
Is having your stance. If the ball is in on your left side, you must have your right foot up in order to see both the receiver and the quarterback. If the ball's on your right, you must have your left foot up in order to see both the receiver and the quarterback. Now, once you got the stance correct and the ball is snapped, the second most important thing is getting out of your stance and getting into your back pedal. You must take the lead foot first and bring it back, keeping the butt down and the head over the toes so that you got somewhat of a balance as you move back with your eyes on the receiver. Now, when the ball is thrown, you want to be able to plant and move in one motion. And in order to do that, you must stay low. If you back up high, the first thing I have to do before I can go forward is drop. This will give the receiver that extra second he needs to catch the football. So footwork is the most important part of playing a defensive back because if you get beat, everybody knows it.
Tell him, Unc. Tell him. Everybody knows if you get beat.
Footwork, engaging the receiver is the second most important thing that a defensive back has to do. Now, after the ball's been snapped and you're in your stance and you're coming out of your stance, your eyes must focus on the receiver's belt buckle. If you go to his head or to his eyes, the receiver can
Head fake you.
With his body.
Yep.
But if you're zoomed in on the waist and the numbers,
It's not going anywhere.
the body can go nowhere unless the receiver's going there as well. So when you're moving back into your back pedal, you want to keep your eyes on the receiver's belt buckle, and then wherever he goes, then you can make the move as well.
W strat, like that's. Don't look at the head because they will hit you with a shimmy and they. Come on, Uncle Dave, tell him.
Now, there are basically two types of engagement. You've got off the ball where you're zooming in on the belt buckle, and there's also bump and run, which is probably the only time in your alignment where you will keep both feet parallel.
Yeah, because you about to jam him.
Face, and on the snap of the ball, we're going immediately for the shoulder pads, the area of the chest, and move the receiver in the direction we want him to go. And immediately upon getting the receiver side by side with you, You must then jump in his hip and run with him. Covering the receiver once he's left the line of scrimmage, the most important things you must do is keep the relative position. Now, what we mean by relative position is basically you want to maintain a 3-yard cushion between you and the receiver in order that he doesn't get too close to you and blow by you. Now, the second part of that is if the ball is inside to your right, then you want to get just to the inside of that wide receiver. That way, if he makes his break to the inside, you've got the shorter angle. That way, if he runs to the outside, you have the ability to cut him off and at the same time make the tackle if you cannot knock the ball down or make the interception.
Come on, Uncle's intercepting the ball. W, Unc.
The defensive back's only moment in glory comes with the interception. Now, before the interception can be made, 3 things must be determined. Number 1, should I make the tackle? Number 2, should I deflect the pass? Or number 3, should I go for that great moment and make the interception? Now, the problem with making the interception is you've got to know when to go for the ball and make the interception or when to go for the receiver and make the sure tackle.
There was like 4 highlights of my uncle intercepting the ball right there. Just boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, man.
What's going to determine that basically is where the receiver is in relation to the football when the ball is in your immediate area. Now, 2 things must be determined. Number 1, whether you have a greater opportunity of making the catch than the receiver.
Okay. Unc was jacked, man. I forgot how sorry, I forgot how jacked this dude was.
That is, are you going to get to the point of the ball before the receiver does? The second thing that must be determined is
I think he was like 23 right here or something like that.
Now, in making the interception, the most important thing is keeping your eyes on the ball and make the catch with 2 hands because there aren't many chances that the defense has to make the turnover. And when we have that opportunity, we must capitalize and make that play count. Defending against the pass is the primary responsibility of the defense.
How, Sway?
The second most important thing is reaction to the run. In lining up on your receiver, when the ball is snapped, there comes a time when you must make a decision as to whether the ball is going to be thrown or whether it's going to be a run play. That can basically be seen by either the firing off the line of scrimmage by the offensive line, where you would immediately disengage your receiver and go make the play. Or when you're coming off the ball and you take your peek inside, you see the ball cross the line of scrimmage, that then tells you you may disengage your receiver and go make the play. The next important step is making the tackle. Now, at the defensive back position, it's a little bit unique in that, number 1, you should never leave your feet unless there's no other way you can make the play. Reason being, you are the last line of defense, and our job is not always to make that dynamic tackle, but simply to
horse collar tackle,
and slow him down until somebody else can come along and help you make the play. So the real important part of making the tackle from the defensive back standpoint is we're basically going from shoulders to the helmet, grabbing as much flesh as we can get and simply holding on.
My man said we going from shoulders to the helmet. Shoulders to the helmet. They ain't doing that these days. He said shoulders to the helmet. We headhunting.
I have one drill for the young, aspiring defensive back, and that is footwork. We got to get your technique correct before you can play the game. Now, what I would suggest is to get a 5-yard area and simply get into your stance, plant your feet, and drive back 5 yards. Now, when you get to the line, you want to plant and drive forward. Remembering to keep your head over your toes and your butt down. By doing it in a 5-yard area, what you're basically doing is eliminating the opportunity for you to raise your head. And this will definitely help you in not only getting your proper footwork, but also in reaction to the football, planning and driving to make the interception, and also planning and driving to make the tackle. So one drill will serve you in many ways. The knee injury is probably the most serious injury in football.
Facts, because here in the 80s, if you blew an ACL or an MCL or whatever, cooked. Career over. Modern technology today, blowing ACL during the season, you're back by training camp if you can heal right. I seen Aiden Hutchinson out there sprinting. He tore his ACL in November, I think, with the Lions, and they just showed video of him a couple weeks ago, full sprinting down the field.
So I have a safety tip for all you young defensive backs. In taking on the run and the block,
I want to know who this is.
or the offensive lineman, the key to protecting yourself is getting the foot planted directly in the direction of the person you're going to block. If I've got my foot planted another way and the block comes, it forces the knee and we blow a joint, it's all over. So you keep the foot planted directly in the direction of the person you're going to block. As he comes in and makes contact, you're giving up as little of the body as possible with the back leg planted. You can then shed the block, make the tackle, and I guarantee you'll have a long and safe career.
A long and safe career. A long and safe career, he says.
He comes in and makes contact, you're giving up as little of the body as possible with the back leg planted. You can then shed the block, make the tackle, and I guarantee you'll have a long and safe career.
A long and safe career, Uncle Dave says. W video, man. W video. Some good tips. Some good, really good tips. I feel like a lot of that still applies today as for playing DB. Except for the headhunt thing. He's going for the head, the shoulders and the head. Like, that's a flag nowadays in this league, Uncle Dave. But yeah, it's a good video. I'm glad I watched it. Solid advice, Uncle Dave. We miss you. Not gonna lie, we miss you. It's been. I think he passed. Well, no, it's been a minute since he passed. We miss him greatly. I miss him every day. I got his jerseys hanging up in my closet. Every time I watch the Bears, I think of him. So W video. There's other videos that I'm gonna react to probably. That I find of him on here, and we're gonna keep posting them. Okay. Also, if you want to be in the chat with me live reacting on Twitch when I watch these said videos or during my video game shenanigans with my homie Sport Ball Nerd, hit that link down in the description to follow my Twitch channel. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Peace out. See you on the next one.